Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Murph Plays The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild April Fool's Day edition. Some of you may have seen the notification, and you might be wondering, what? It's a joke. I'm not doing ASMR. You all know this. I would never do ASMR. I don't even understand ASMR. Uh, and that's not to, look down upon those who enjoy it or perform that sort of streaming. It's not for me. We've expressed this opinion in the past. As someone who neither benefits from it nor understands it, like it's not a thing I'm doing. Uh, but it's April Fool's Day, so you know, you gotta be careful what you read and see on the internet today because yeah, there's going to be a lot of practical jokes out there. One in particular that I've seen so far is Razor's haptic suit. Um, Although that one was released yesterday or the day before. They released that video early, but it's clearly a joke. And uh yeah, just kind of a little bit of fun. And I thought, for April Fool's Day, we could get in on some of this. Uh, Here we go. Let me just make sure I've got everything set up here properly. I've been messing with stuff because, why not? Why not? Welcome to the chat, the knitting link. Happy 1st of April. We're having a bit of fun. How has your day gone so far? There's a treasure chest nearby. Hmm. it in the water? I bet it's in the water. They like to hide stuff in the water. Where is it? There it is. And what do we got today? Opal. Not bad. I have chosen, to use today to add a couple new little decorators to my stream. There's a top and bottom marquee. I decided I'd add a little fun, you know, for people tuning in. I don't know if I'll keep those. They might be distracting. They might make people dizzy to watch them. But, have your coffee and now you're good? That's good to hear. I am doing pretty good myself. It's April 1st. It is one of my favorite holidays, if you can call it a holiday. Simply because today's the day for stupid jokes. However, there are some people who do not get the actual spirit of the day, and they do it wrong. So, in years past, people have tried to cancel this holiday for that reason. But here's the rules for a good April Fool's. 1. Nothing that's going to cause panic. Okay? Nothing that's going to, you know, potentially make someone else feel bad about their actual life. And, 3, you know, just, you know, keep it lighthearted. Make it an obvious, you know, obvious joke. Okay? Don't be mean. And it's fun. Google and a lot of companies get into the spirit of today, and they release fun little videos or, you know, crazy, silly features for their websites. And as a developer, you know, that's always fun for me, because it's like, oh, hey, what did they do this time? How did they pull that off? You know, I like looking into that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a Halloween light, you know? Halloween light. Diet Halloween, if you will. Nobody has to wear a costume unless it's part of their prank, part of their joke. But you can still have fun with it. Now, today we don't really have an objective. I mean, we could go testing glitches. And we probably will at some point get around to testing some glitches, but I'm thinking first, let's see how lucky we get with some of these. Haha. We have not done an amiibo drop in a very long time. There is still some goodies to be had. Oh, we already have that. We don't need it. The one we have is already fully upgraded anyway. Get it out of here. Bomb arrows. Nice. Ice arrows, that's not bad. Though I don't really use ice arrows very often. Of course, we could always play around with that now. So, because we really don't have anything else to do with this game, other than, you know, play around with it, have fun, break stuff. Gamma, read the card. You can do it. There we go. I was gonna say, did that one deactivate or something? Wow, we are broke. We only have 31 rupees. Royal Claymore? I don't really need that. I haven't seen what Google's done this year for their April Fool's joke. Or if they're even doing one this year. They may have understandably given in to the people who are like, can we just not do April Fool's jokes again, ever? They're dumb. Too many people fall for them. But, like, I'm in favor of April Fool's jokes. I just think you have to be smart about the joke in order to, you know, in order to make it not a problem. Now that said, there are some places, some outlets that an April Fool's Day joke, not a good look for them. Like, news stations. News channels should not do, yeah, we already have that too. News stations should not do pranks. Because they're supposed to deliver the news, okay? If your whole thing is, you know, dependability and, you know, and trust, you know, if you're trying to build public trust, maybe skip the April Fool's Day joke this year and every year. Doesn't mean you can't have fun. Yeah, I'm not sure how small they get on mobile, so I don't know. Like the bottom one I'm thinking is probably okay as far as readability. But that top one, like I may have to tinker with the speed. If it's going too fast, just let me know. Ancient battle axe. Ooh. Don't need it, though. Run away! Kablam! Is it just me, or did that, the loot from that last crate kind of delay blasting out of everything? That was kind of weird. How do you get 50% off of a free OnlyFans? Well, first of all, it's free. So, the really funny part is, I actually do have an OnlyFans. Or did. They deactivated it after a while because I don't use it. I set it up because, like, way back at the start of the pandemic, I was approached by a female friend of mine. She was looking for a way to make some money, but she did not have any sort of, like, experience with the whole doing an OnlyFans thing. But that's what she wanted to do to make a little extra money. She wasn't very tech savvy. And as the designated, you know, technical advisor for my friends, she wanted my input. And I didn't have much experience with OnlyFans at that point, other than I knew a bunch of people were going that route because apparently porn sells. Who knew? So I set one up. Only thing I ever uploaded to it was a couple of lecture videos that I did. One of them was on, if I remember right, the Linux command line, and the other one was about file permissions and various things you could do with that, to kind of give people like an idea of what to expect as part of the hacking group that I was tutoring on Facebook. Like, that was the target audience for those videos. Linux command line stuff and file permissions so that they understood what they were seeing when they were doing the things they were doing. But, yeah, for a brief moment, Murph Strange had an OnlyFans account. Already have it. I never charged anything for it, never gave him my bank information that I recall. Whole reason I set it up was basically to give that friend of mine some information on what to expect and how to get started. I don't know if she ever had any success with it, because not too long after that, we kind of had a bit of a falling out, and I don't talk to her anymore. Yes. The Legend of Zelda. Wrath of the Child. We're almost done with the amiibo drop. I think. We got a few here yet. I'm hoping we get some fancy weapons. By the way, welcome to the chat, Ube. Welcome to this very special April Fool's Day edition of Murph Plays. We're just having a bit of fun with the day. I am thinking I may keep those scrolling marquees, though. But like, you know, obviously after today, put actual stuff there. You don't like surprises. You're a Swede. You know, that's the other thing. It's with April Fools, like, it's a prank, not a surprise. Like, yes, you'll be surprised you got pranked, but, there's a right way and a wrong way to do April Fools. A lot of people do it wrong, which has led to public outcry and people wanting to get rid of this holiday or just stop recognizing it entirely as a day. I think if people just understood that there should be some basic decency rules in place, we'd be fine. Like, one, don't be mean about it with your, with your thing. If your joke, and I'm putting that in quotes, if your, quote, joke, can be perceived as offensive to somebody, maybe don't do it. If anyone in your audience is going to be upset by it, like, proclaiming that you're pregnant, knowing full well that, like, there are going to be, several family members who have struggled to, to have a child and really wants one, and, yeah, don't do that. That's just, it's inconsiderate. Don't do it. Yeah. Be obvious, but be silly. Like, my notification today for my stream that went out was, Murph licks ears ASMR. Like, everybody knows I'm not going to do ASMR. I don't even understand ASMR. Now, I'm not shaming anyone who does it or enjoys it, but we all know it's not my cup of tea. It's not. Like, come on. Murph Strange licking those ear microphones? Yeah, that's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. It's just not. I know disappointing to a lot of folks who are really hoping that at some point this channel would branch out in that direction. But it's just not gonna happen. it's not. Yeah, see, Zeph, my friend Zeph, who does the podcast with me, she does enjoy ASMR. Not doing it, but like listening to it. But for her, she actually gets the appeal of it. Like, she has the proper reaction to ASMR so that it's for her a thing. For me, it's just, why are these people whispering? This makes no sense. Why are they tapping their fingernails? That's just annoying. Stop licking the microphone, it just sounds gross. Yeah, see, if you're purposely targeting people who are exceptionally trustworthy because you know, oh, they'll fall for anything. You know, that's not an April Fool's joke. You know? That's not an April Fool's joke. That's just being mean. And that's the problem. That is the problem with people getting it wrong with the April Fool's thing. They can't make the distinction between being mean and being funny. A lot of people think that they go hand in hand. You have to be one in order to be the other. Chris Rock learned that lesson at the Oscars. Okay? Somebody did not find him very funny when he started being mean to somebody's wife. He got served a side of bitch slap for that. Was it appropriate? Probably not. But was his joke appropriate either? Probably not. So, you know, you have to you can be funny without being mean. You absolutely can. Uh, The Onion, the parody newspaper website that always has the really ridiculous headlines. They're pretty good at that. You know, being funny without being mean. They offer up some very good political commentary, but everybody knows if it's on The Onion, it's in good fun. Like, none of that's to be taken seriously. It's going to be ridiculous. And oftentimes, they don't have to resort to, you know, to doing things like picking on marginalized groups and stuff like that. They don't. They don't. And I say most of the time because, like, I'm sure if you dig, you can probably find some where maybe they did cross the line a little bit. Could be argued. But often you'll find they know where to temper their humor so as not to be blatantly offensive. And don't punch down, you know? That's the key there with the jokes. Don't punch down. If you're going to make fun of any individual. The ones that are fair game are those in power. Okay, if they make the rules that we all have to live by, it's okay to make fun of them. But you have to be careful there too, not to be making fun of them for any, like, inappropriate reason, like, if they happen to be handicapped, or if they, suffer from some kind of, illness or any disability or something. Like, that's not funny. Even if they are in power, it's still not funny. Dan Crenshaw. He is a Republican congressman from Texas, I think. I don't agree with this guy on any policy, really, that I'm aware of. He's missing an eye. It would be very easy for me to say things like he just can't see both sides. But that's also a really terrible joke. Is it funny? Sure. Should I be saying things like that? Probably not, just because it's in bad taste. Like, the thing is, just because it's funny doesn't mean it's okay. Alright? Some things are incredibly funny, but they're also in really bad taste. There's another Republican politician. I can't remember his name, but dude's in a wheelchair. It would be in really bad taste for me to say that I just can't stand that guy. But it's in bad taste. Funny, but bad taste. Okay? Like, not appropriate. Now, people will make inappropriate jokes. They'll make jokes that are in bad taste, and, like, for some comedians, that's their shtick. That's just what they do. That's why people buy tickets to their shows. When you got a platform like the Oscars, though, probably don't want to be doing that, just saying. Not saying that Will Smith should be forgiven for what he did, because no. Like, that is definitely not the way you handle that situation, sir. And he should have known better. Like, him, of all people, should have known better. Oh, yeah. And there's no problem with liking borderline bad taste comedy. I am a huge fan of that kind of stuff. But you have to understand your platform, and you have to understand the audience for the platform, not just your own audience. Like, if you're doing jokes for your friends, and you can get away with, certain jokes, by all means, tell those jokes. If you can get away with it. If your friends are going to find it funny, they're not going to be offended by it. Like, nobody who would be offended by it is going to be subjected to it. Go for it. But, like, if you're asked to perform in front of, live television audience and half the country is probably likely to tune in, even if you're, notorious insult comic, think about what you're going to say. You know? You're not performing for the same audience you have when you're at a nightclub. Or if you're at a show that you're headlining and you're the reason tickets were sold. You know? And I do feel like uh, the joke Chris Rock made about Jada Pinkett's hair, it was punching down. You know? She's been struggling with that condition her whole life. Everybody at this point ought to be aware. Anyone who knows her anyway. Um, was not his finest hour. That's for sure. Again, does not mean Will Smith was in the right to slap him. does not mean that at all. Absolutely not. And see, that's just it. Like, some people will say, oh, that joke was funny because, she's bald. But it's like, yeah, but when you know why she's bald, the joke really loses its humor. Okay? Like, if that were just strictly a fashion choice, and it wasn't as a result of some genetic condition or whatever, like, okay, then maybe it probably would be a little funnier. But, like, come on, man. Come on. Come on, Chris. You're better than that. And in that situation, Chris Rock was definitely punching down. I mean, sure, Jada Pinkett Smith is a celebrity, but so is Chris Rock at this point. And what he's making fun of is her condition, not her fashion choice. That's punching down. Should have thought that one through better. Did he deserve getting slapped by Will Smith? No. No. I'm sorry, it's never appropriate, even if someone is being offensive, to slap somebody on national television. I mean, unless it's, for comedic purposes, like, a Three Stooges sketch or something. And it's understood that it's a gag played for laughs. But again, read your audience. Be sure they understand. It's part of the show. People get slapped in wrestling all the time. So it's not like people haven't seen people get slapped before on television. Happens all the time. But if it's not expected and genuine, like genuine assault, that's a problem. Come on now. You can't have Wolf Link on the plateau? Oh, I've never even tried Wolf Link on the plateau, so I guess I didn't even notice. Are you picking on goats again? You're picking on goats again. Yeah, go ahead, eat some meat. In fact, let me feed you a little more, because you, Here you go, boy. Dig in. There he goes, chasing a fox. We have a treasure chest over here. I bet it's up there somewhere. Nope. Seems to be the other way. Well, you have to have the amiibo shrine or the amiibo ruin active. That you activate through the options menu. If I remember right, it's off by default. But like I didn't realize it was turned off until after I had left the plateau. So I've never had a chance to test it while being on the plateau. I've returned to the plateau a couple of times, but never with Wolf Link in tow, so I don't know if he isn't allowed there or what. I suppose we could check that out. Alright, buddy, we're gonna teleport. Let's see what happens when we do this. Now, some of my favorite April Fool's Day jokes come from the gaming industry because they do it right. Like, they will fake, reveal hidden glitches and, Easter eggs and stuff that are found in games or announce games that, are absolutely insane and not actual games. Or they'll come up with really ridiculous premises for games that people have been excited about. Like, oh, it's, oh, which one was it? Near... One of the Near games I think they did. They made it seem like it was going to be, like a Harvest Moon. Real laid back, casual farming simulator.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
And it certainly wasn't that. All of the activities and stuff that they showed, you could do in the game. Like, they weren't lying. You could pick, vegetables and stuff. That was definitely a thing that was in the game. But, like, was the game a farming simulator? No. No. We have no puppy. Let's see if we can call him back. I'm just going to take that card out for now because I don't need the whole wallet. I've got a little book that all my cards are kept in, which is why my camera goes all wonky because I have motion controls turned on as I'm trying to... Okay. We are on the plateau. And he's on the plateau with us. Because we are still on the plateau. Yeah. I mean, we're on the edge of the plateau, but... I'm just gonna let him have fun. I'll take care of that one for you. I know, dogs can't do ladders. It's fine, I got it. I don't know if you have to advance to a certain point for this to be allowed. But, like, he's on the plateau, so it is a thing you can do. But it might be a thing that you're only able to do after a certain point. Hmm.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
Oh, here we go. Now, keep in mind, I've completed the game. Like, I do not know if this is the best representation of what you're able to do earlier in the game. But at some point, it is possible to summon Wolf Link on the Great Plateau. Don't know if that's going to be before or after certain shrines, or if maybe your amiibo just wasn't being read properly, or what. But it will be a thing you can do someday. Pretty sure. See, I also thought we weren't able to summon Master Cycle 0 on the Great Plateau. For a while. But that seems to be a thing we can do as well. Get him! Just one-shots him. Absolute beast. So what are some of the best April Fool's jokes you've seen? Or that you can remember? Doesn't necessarily have to be any you pulled off personally. Or even experienced or had done to you. Just, you know. I mean, we've all seen pranks. We've all seen prank shows and prank videos. And we've been exposed to years now of, you know, April Fool's Day foolishness from various corporations and other stuff. So, what is one you remember? What were your thoughts on it? And if you could improve on it, how would you have done it? Limited or unlimited budget, by the way. No rules. You can just go ahead and go crazy with it. You know, like if it was a Google prank, you have Google's budget. You know, given their budget, how would you have done it better? Or what would you have done better? Man, this guy is just going nuts over here. Super restless. He's always out and about. Puppy, there he is. There's a treasure over here, huh? Oh, there sure is. Good boy. You know, I really feel bad that the best companion of any video game, the best AI companion that I've ever experienced has literally been this hidden behind an amiibo unlock dog. He stays out of trouble. He'll find his own food if you let him. He's good in combat. Like he's not constantly just getting his butt handed to him. You don't have to save him from trouble. Now, if I remember right, Electronic Gaming Monthly, the video game magazine, if I recall properly, they had an April Fool's tradition where they would give away top secret information about games or reveal hidden glitches or, you know, things like that. If I remember right, the whole getting the Triforce in Ocarina of Time, I think that was one of theirs. It started as an April Fool's joke in a video game magazine, and it became a thing. That one did get a little out of hand, though, because people didn't realize it was an April Fool's joke, and it lived on the internet forever. Just forever. We are gonna have so much meat by the time we're finished with the stream today. Now the Triforce in the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time prank, someone took that a step further and actually submitted photos that appeared to show them collecting the Triforce in the game. And that sent all kinds of people like on a endless quest to try to duplicate it. Except they did not understand that they were missing one key component: Photoshop skills. Because it was also fake. Sorry, horsey. He's so good at that. Now, for me, that's probably one of the all-time best. as far as pranks go. The Ocarina of Time, Triforce in the game. Nobody gets hurt by it. A lot of people get fooled by it. But, like, the only reason they were fooled is because they didn't realize that it was April Fool's Day. You know? But, again, nobody was hurt by it. Some people may have wasted an awful lot of time trying to replicate the results, but, eh. Hey, Crazy Moth Lady, welcome to the stream. I know you've been trying to talk to me on Discord. Let me know what's going on with that situation, and we'll talk about that off stream. That's no problem. I just, I'm in the middle of a stream, so it's like, you know. Yeah, no. There is no ear licking here, but we do have a puppy. We're just having ourselves a bit of fun. Don't really have any objectives today. It's just kind of a fun day because we've already done everything of any real importance. To the game, anyway. We've done all the shrines, we've collected all the Korok seeds, all the side quests are done. Really, the only thing left is to break it, you know? Oh, yeah. It's hammer time. Did you miss Ganon? Were you not here for the fight with Ganon? We actually fought Ganon a while back. Like, a long while back. We could probably fight him again, though. I mean, he's there. Oh, get him. So, what are some of the April Fool's Day pranks you guys can remember? I had a teacher in the 4th grade that tied our chairs to our desks so that when we came back from lunch and tried to pull our chairs out to sit down, we ended up pulling our desks with the chair. Yeah, apparently she did it to the whole class. Yeah, one day after recess, we all come back in, we go to sit down, and find all of our chairs are tied to our desks. And this was before they did the whole uh your desk just had that weird table attachment, or your chair had a weird table attachment thing. You had one of the lift top desks. So,
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
mostly just dumb articles in newspapers, huh? Yeah, like that seems to be the ones that do stick around. But again, I don't know that newspapers are a good place for doing pranks, you know? Because it's one of those things that whittles down public trust. Sure, they're probably funny, but like if you're supposed to be providing the news, there are going to potentially be some people who read that and think that it's news, and maybe, just maybe, you got to be careful with something like that. I have seen some pretty good ones where they do get away with it. It's, you know, doesn't hurt anybody, nobody's offended, and, you know, it's all in good fun. Uh, in order to get away with the fake headline thing, though, it is a situation where you gotta be careful. Gotta choose your prank wisely. I mean, if you say something like, aliens have landed, someone's probably going to believe that's true. They're probably going to think, my god, we're being invaded. Whatever do we do? So, it won't be until much later that they realize, oh, April 1st. Nah. Can't get me. Oh, you got me. Spoke too soon. Now, if you wanted to do a silly headline like, most Gen Zers would bow down to the robot overlords or something. I mean, probably funny, though you may end up insulting a few Gen Zers with that. You know? Whoa! Okay. Let's see. It is a blood moon. We have a hammer. This is probably the worst idea in the history of ever. just real quick responding to something. There we go. Okay. We got 11 fairies. 318 arrows. And a wiffle hammer. This feels appropriate. Pretty sure that's how the Flat Earth community started, with a funny April Fool's Day prank. You know, probably. I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
Link.
Because that just feels right.
But my power isn't strong enough. I can't hold.
Because that anyone could believe that the world is still flat. Like, or that anyone could still believe that the world is flat. Not that, you know, it's still flat. Like it changed at some point. There's too much evidence. Come on, people. Science is not a prank. It's also not biased. Like, I have seen some things said by politicians that I feel like ought to be April Fool's Day jokes. Because they'll say things like, you know, science sure does seem to favor liberal talking points. And it's like, think about that for a second.
Now my moment has finally come. Brace yourself, Ganon, for the sting of my revenge.
Ah, Mother Nature pulling her own April Fool's Day prank by making it snow. Yeah. She's bad at making jokes. Mother Nature is.
Let's go.
Her jokes are terrible.
Now, open up wide, Ganon.
100 years in the making. Hold on, princess. Our moment has arrived.
Here we go. All right. So we have to take down the other half of his health with our little hammer. We can do this. We got this, guys. Wrong one. Hammer. Ah, we're gonna lose the hammer. Well, so much for the hammer. I guess we'll use the Master Sword now, since, you know, we don't have another hammer. Bug Zapper.
Roof protection is now ready to roll.
You know, I've always been curious. I was hoping we could destroy the legs like you can do on the Guardians. Because that's a Guardian leg. We're a little low on health. It's a tiny bit. I don't know how that happened. I mean, we only started this fight swinging a 1-point hammer into his face. You didn't get very far, did ya? Did ya? No. No, you didn't. Come on, buddy. Oh, now I lost my beam attack. Well,
Urbosa's fury is ready.
think he's mad. I feel like he might be a little mad. Oh, yeah. He's a little mad. Just a little bit. I mean, this dude dressed like this comes sauntering in, smacks him in the face with a hammer like a little rubber mallet. and then whoops his butt. Yeah, he's a little mad. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
Ganon was born out of a dark past. He is a pure embodiment of the ancient evil that is reborn time and time again. He has given up on reincarnation and assumed his pure, enraged form. If set free upon our world, the destruction will be unlike anything ever seen before. I entrust you with the bow of light, a powerful weapon in the face of evil. Link, you may not yet be at a point where you have fully recovered your power, or all of your memories.
Yeah, but we have. We are.
Courage need not be remembered.
We're at that point. We're beyond that.
Never forgotten.
What are you, crazy lady? Come on. Yeah, see, we still have an empty slot. Weird.
That energy covering Ganon's body is called malice. None of your attacks will get through as he now is.
You know, I bet if I still had the little hammer.
As much as I can, but my power is waning. Attack any glowing points that you see. May you be victorious.
I mean, it's quite a bit of glowing, but
Aim for a glowing area.
well, let's go there.
I'm sorry. I can't hold it.
Did none of those shots connect? Really? I don't know. I feel like that's silliness.
I will hold back the malice again.
Yes, please do.
Shoot a glowing area.
Why am I using that bow? How about we use the one that's actually supposed to be for this fight?
Ganon's power is weakening. I'm holding back the malice.
Of course, we're on the wrong side.
It's working.
ready to roll.
Link! Look up there!
Where?
It's the very core of Ganon's being. Do what you must, Link. Finish him, Link! Use his attacks to your advantage.
Okay, when you jump up like that. No, apparently we're not gonna do it this time.
Do it, Link!
There we go. He didn't want to jump up and do the little paraglide thing. And then when he did do the paraglide thing, I couldn't get him to pull out the bow. I don't know what his deal was. He was just being weird. Finally got him to jump up into the air and then pull out the bow and shoot him in the head. It finally worked. Ganon is defeated. Well, defeated again. I mean, it's not the first time. Won't be the last time either. He'll probably be defeated lots of times. He just keeps coming back, though. I'm not sure if he's got, like, a humiliation fetish or what, but, you know. Sure seems to enjoy getting his butt kicked by a young man in green tights. So, I don't know. Something going on there.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I could think for why he keeps coming back. I mean, at this point, I mean, he's 0 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Thank you, Link,
6.
the hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
I don't know, he's 0 for like 7 or 8 by this point. Like, dude, just go open a Cinnabon and, like, move on with your life. Because clearly it ain't gonna happen. I gotta say, though, I do love the rendition of that original theme here. They just did such a good job with it. The orchestration. I don't know, it's just one of those songs that lends really well to that. I don't know if any of this changes if you've managed to complete everything. I don't think it does. It should, though. You would think they'd throw a little something something at the end if you're at 100% and you have all the, all the fancy extras and whatnot. But, I don't think we're quite at 100% though either. We've still got a couple of, locations on the, on the map to cross off, but that was never part of my, this is how we're gonna 100% this thing. That was never part of my criteria for it. Because the in-game criteria is a little weird. They don't count some of the stuff that I would count as being, part of the 100%. But they sure do want you to fully explore the massive map and all of its locations, even the minor ones. Just seems a bit odd. So, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to try the new Coke Starlight. It's a limited edition flavor from Coca-Cola. I don't know if it's available worldwide, so it might not be available where you are yet. But Coke Starlight is something Coca-Cola has put out this past month or something. And it's a unique flavor. It's supposed to taste like space. I finally got my hands on some of it. So this is true. I did finally get my hands on some Coca-Cola Starlight flavor. Space tastes weird. It tastes odd. That's the best description I can give it. How does space even taste? Yeah, that's the thing. Scientists have figured out how space tastes. That's actually a thing. Apparently, space has kind of a raspberry sort of flavor. It's very subdued. It's like somewhere between raspberry and burnt caramel, but like really muted on both of those. Like super muted, like in fact, I have another bottle right here. See if I can describe this properly. Like, the color of it isn't the same color as regular Coke. It's kind of a clear, though still dark, but it's red. No, this is not a joke. Like, I'm actually holding a bottle of Coke Starlight. This is the second bottle of it that I'm sampling. The first one I tried last night. I went to pick up pizza, and the place we get our pizza from, they finally got some of the regular stuff in, because for the longest time I've been trying to try this stuff because I've been seeing it advertised, and every place I go, they've only had Coke Zero. I don't like the stuff with the artificial sweeteners in it because it tastes gross. And honestly, drinking that stuff gives me a headache. So I avoid the Coke Zero. And I'm waiting for the regular to come in. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, last night, I'm in the gas station that serves pizza. Because, yes, gas station pizza. That's what we've got around here. It's good pizza, though. They finally have this stuff. I pick up 4 bottles of it. Last night, me and my son each had a bottle, to give it a sample. This is the 3rd bottle I'm drinking currently. And describing the flavor is kind of weird. Because it's really hard to describe. But I did read an article back in, wasn't during April, wasn't during April Fools, but it was like back during last year sometime, that scientists have figured out space does have a flavor. There is a chemical compound that is responsible for the way raspberries taste. And it is abundant throughout all of space. So, if you ever got out into space and opened your mouth, you would taste raspberries. Like, I can't say that that's what this tastes like. This Coke. This Coke almost just tastes like Coke that's gone bad somehow. I mean, it's not the worst tasting soda I've ever tried or anything like that. I imagine there are people out there who would enjoy this. It's almost got a cream soda quality to the flavor. I've heard some people describe it as sort of the taste of burnt caramel or Skittles. Just a burnt sugar taste. But it's not an overpowering burnt sugar taste. It's kind of a toned down-ish burnt sugar, you know? Um,
We'll make our way to Zora's domain. Divine Beast Varuta. Looks like it's stopped working. Let's investigate the situation.
I don't know how long Coke Starlight is going to be available.
I believe you would like to hear more
I
about
don't
it.
imagine it's going to
The
be
least we can do
available
is visit
for a
the
long
port to grab
time,
some clothing.
because it is a limited edition.
Although
And it's
down in
probably
Zora's
good it's not
world,
going to stick around, because I don't
there's
imagine
still so much more for us to
this
do,
being
and so many painful
a real
memories
big seller.
I believe in my heart that if all of us work together, we can restore Hyrule to its former glory.
Now, I did want to enjoy
Perhaps
the Coke Starlight.
even
After all, I
beyond.
picked up 4
It
bottles
all
of it.
must start with us.
be off?
The actual berry. Because it certainly doesn't taste like raspberry, like the artificial raspberry flavor like you get from raspberry candy. Which, yeah, I definitely understand what you're talking about there. You buy a raspberry candy, and you actually eat that, you know, alongside real raspberries. Huge difference. Alright? There's a whole world of difference between the two flavors there. The Coke Starlight is closer to, like, the actual berry flavor, but I still wouldn't say it tastes like the berries. Space is supposed to taste like raspberries. Its flavor that scientists have figured out that it apparently has is the same chemical compound that gives raspberries their flavor. And, that's not what this tastes like. This tastes off from that. But in, like, a burnt sugar kind of way. So, I don't know. It's, it's definitely different. I mean, it's not the worst tasting thing. Like I said before, it's not the worst tasting soda. I imagine there would be people out there who like this. For me, it's more the novelty of, okay, this is a beverage that tastes like space. That's why I'm trying it. See, that wasn't really a good test either because I do have an open slot there. Yeah, well. I guess we're just never going to know the answer to that, are we? I'm still wearing the... Let's equip that. But, yeah, the Coke Starlight, that's a thing. It exists. Their recommendation is to drink it very cold. The one that I'm drinking now was very cold when I took it out of the fridge. It's less cold now because it's been sitting out for a little while, but I mean it's still cold. But I'm not going to run to the freezer every 20 seconds to take another sip of it. But, yeah. No. The Coke Starlight, that's actually a thing. That's actually a thing. And apparently not an April Fool's Day joke. The whole marquee thing that I have in there of, the Coke Starlight taste tester, quote, that is a joke. That's something I wrote. I would also like to mention Coca-Cola has not sponsored me or this content in any way. I don't imagine that they would after this either. Though I am a Coke fan. So, Coca-Cola, if you're watching, reach out. I may not be the best brand ambassador, but, if some money were to change hands, I'd probably, be able to come up with some nice things to say. Ah, no juggling. Yeah, he's pretty sure I'm still around here. He just can't see me. And now we run away. Boy, things have gotten kind of crowded over here. Let's just get the hell out of here. But, yeah. I'm not sure why they do, they needed to figure out what flavor space is. Scientists, that is. Like Coke, I can understand why they would want to know what flavor space is because, like, then they can do weird things like release a Coke that is space flavored. But I don't know why scientists would decide that's the thing they need to do. I'm not sure how they came to the conclusion that space tastes like raspberries. But apparently the chemical is abundant everywhere in space. And, yeah. I think it's a little weird. Little fun fact, though. So if you ever find yourself at a party and you've got nothing else to say, just be like, hey, did you know space tastes like raspberries? They will, of course, look at you weird. Probably think you're on something. Wondering if there's someone they could call to come get you. And it might inspire some interest in a younger crowd. I just think it's weird. Like, what experiments were they working on there? You know, what what was the aim of figuring out what space tastes like? Scientific study. I mean, they should have a purpose with what they're looking for. And the poor grad student whose thesis was "What does space taste like?" clearly just had no better ideas on what to write about. Like, they couldn't come up with a better idea. Your friends are used to you being a bit awkward. Mine too. Mine too. It's good to be odd, though. It is good to be odd. The one thing they can't accuse you of is being boring. When you're odd. Crazy? Sure. Maybe a little unhinged? Probably. Unbalanced? Definitely. But, you know, that's okay. Oh, let's see here. We're probably getting pretty close to the end here. Is there any other weirdness we should try? While we still have time. We beat Ganon. We had some fun with the puppy. What are you talking about? There we go. Ah! There's a terrifying dog bursting out of my chest. Superb collision detection there, Breath of the Wild. Top notch, really. Oh, he's going after those guys. We're just gonna watch, because, you know, he's got this. Look at that, he's already brought one of them down. No help from me needed. What a champ. He even fights better than I do. Alright, buddy. You need a treat for that. Here you go. Eat up. Going after the birds. Oh, now he's taking off after that goat. He's just gonna murder all the small animals around here, isn't he? There must be some treasure around here. Aha. If he crouches while opening a chest and kicking it from the side. You know, that's pretty good. Wee. You know, I have not. I have seen videos where they covered a few of those, like, oh, if you're not wearing pants and you kick the chest and you don't have any shoes on, he grabs his foot. I don't think they covered that one. Because I certainly don't remember that one. I do remember the one where he kicks it and he hurts his foot because he doesn't have boots on. But the one where he punches it? That's new to me. Oh, my spring-loaded hammer broke. We'll have to go get another one. Yeah, well, it happens. Why not? We've got an empty slot to fill. Like, you should see that kick for most of the chests you open on the Great Plateau before you leave the Great Plateau, because, yeah, you don't have boots until Yeah, but do the pants you get inside of the Shrine of Resurrection, do those have boots with them? Or are they just pants? Because I think because that's the well-worn trousers, and I think those are just pants. I think he's barefoot with those, isn't he? I mean, I have sold that gear off a while ago to the guy in Terrytown. So I don't know. Hey, we got a double. Don't need it. Though that is not a bad shield. So they do stop him from kicking. Interesting. He only kicks when he's barefoot? That seems silly. Like, come on, Link, be smarter than that. You're barefoot. That's when you're going to kick something? You're not going to kick something when you have shoes? So something quite interesting. I remember reading this, or maybe it was a video I watched. No, it was definitely a video I watched. Kyle Hill. He used to be on the Because Science. From like what was that? The BuzzFeed channel, I think it was. He did a breakdown analysis of Link's strength and determined him to be like as strong, almost as strong as like Superman and stuff, if I remember right. He's apparently insanely powerful. Could hold his own against like Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
We have a mop. And our mop is already badly damaged. Right to the face. You going after the dog? Really? Come back here. I mean, I'm not worried. It's just... weird looking dude with a sword. Dog. Go after the dog. Moblins make weird life choices. Go by. I don't think it knows which direction I need to go in for this treasure chest. Ah, there it is. Oh, got a little too close to that one. Combat. It's a blood moon.
The blood moon rises once again.
I can't imagine the shoes that they would include with the well-worn trousers are, like, really good shoes. So... they still ought to hurt his feet if he were to kick a treasure chest. But if they make it so he doesn't kick a treasure chest, we'll never know. Dragons sure are active today. Oh, look at him play with the bokoblins. He is just so happy. Oh no, they defeated my puppy. No meat for you guys. I have avenged the puppy. Now, I don't think we can summon him again until, like, tomorrow or something now because he's been defeated. Yep, nope, can't use him again today. But I'll be able to bring him back as soon as tomorrow. So, he will be back next stream. He is not gone. See, that's one of those assumptions I don't know if I would feel comfortable making that assumption, because this is a game where they recorded sound effects for these dudes picking their nose. Like, there's a lot of attention to detail there. So, it seems to me that if they're going to go to that much trouble with something like, you know, like that. Well, you know, Wolflink died doing what he loves. Beating up stupid monsters. But he'll be back. That's the great part about video games.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
Well, that is true. All the masks count as hats. Though I partially suspect that may have something to do with early game development ideas. And they just decided to stick with it. Like, I can't confirm any of this, but, like, Animal Crossing, and, like, the Animal Crossing characters and, Mii's. For them, it's almost always been, if I recall anyway, if I recall correctly, hats and masks count as the same thing. Headwear is just one category, and pants and boots are usually their own category, as well as, you know, shirts, chest gear. And it could possibly be that developers at one point played around with the idea of being able to import your Mii's into this game. Now, I can't confirm that, but might be something that they toyed around with. In the extremely early stages of game development, who knows what they were doing? Who knows what they were playing with? What I do know is there was the 8-bit Breath of the Wild that they developed for testing purposes. And boy, do I wish they would release that. I would play the heck out of that. I don't even care if it's a finished game or not. Eight-bit Breath of the Wild needs to be released to the public. Nintendo. If they release that, they could probably delay Breath of the Wild 2 for years. And we would still be happy. Because yeah, I've seen the articles and the screenshots of them playing, and it looks like original Legend of Zelda, with a few minor changes to it. And it was developed for testing purposes for some of the features found in the game. I mean, obviously, You're not gonna do a lot of, you're not gonna do a lot of climbing up cliff faces and stuff in a 2D version. At least I don't think you're going to. I could be wrong. They may have found some way to implement that. But things like the dialogue, that'd be something you could test out. Making sure those functions are acting the way you expect them to. Some of the features of the enemy AI you might be able to play around with in that kind of a setting. Where is this one? Oh, we had a spike here. Where? Finding new objective. I was close to it. Come on now. Did it float away? Oh, I hate when it does that. You spend all that time chasing down something, and then it's like, finding new objective. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna be able to find it. You're hopeless. We've been leading you to it this whole time. Clearly, you're not gonna get it. And see, now it's like, no, you're not even close. We're not even gonna show you one. There aren't any anymore. You're done. We're cutting you off. Clearly, you've had enough. We can go inside the windmills. They should have put some stuff inside the windmills. Because that would have been cool. Whose house is this? Apparently it's Rhodes' house. Why are you sleeping during the day? Not sure what Rhodes does, but apparently he's got the night shift. You know, that was one thing we did not spend a lot of time doing. Was checking the inside of other people's houses. You find some really interesting stuff, like this right here. The recipe for elixirs. Stables typically have recipes for various dishes on their walls as well. Though we also didn't spend a lot of time cooking. It's probably something we could have done more often. Explored in greater detail. The way that I usually play, though, I'm not spending a lot of time crafting formulas and stuff, though. Crafting concoctions and potions and whatnot. If it's a game where you can help having to do any of that, I will usually just avoid it and go with what I pick up or what I can buy from vendors.
Ah. Oh, oh.
Oh, where are we at for time? Oh, we are at that time, aren't we? It is the time for me to go get lunch. So anyway, thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have all had fun. I have. It's been an entertaining day. Remember, be careful what you read on the internet today. Or at least be careful what you believe that you've read on the internet today. Tomorrow you may find out that that news article about the meteor crashing to the Earth is real. So, you know, everything with a grain of salt. Try not to get had too badly. If Coke Starlight becomes available in your area, I mean, feel free to give it a try, but don't be too surprised if it's not the sort of thing anybody enjoys, because it's very weird. I don't recommend it for parties. Next week, more Super Metroid. We're probably gonna play that for another week or two, unless I make some serious progress. Hopefully Tuesday, Werewolf Podcast. We've got all kinds of good stuff to talk about there. We still haven't recorded the werewolf episode. I know it's, but hopefully we'll get to that. Wednesday, more JavaScript because, gosh darn it, I gotta show you all how to do sprite animation for upcoming games we're gonna make. We've already talked about some basic JavaScript. We've talked about Ajax for fetching files for various data assets. We've talked about sound, how to play sound with JavaScript. Now we've got to talk about images and animation, and it's fun. It's gonna be a great session next week. We're probably still playing this. No, we're definitely going to be playing this on Friday, because we still have to have a session where we're exploring glitches. I thought about doing that today, but I didn't really have time to look up how or practice any of the how to do that sort of stuff. I do want to try practicing some of it so that I'm not spending the whole stream just trying to figure out how to make it happen, but I'm actually able to reproduce some of the results for you all. The ones that I'm capable of, anyway. Yeah. And then we'll probably have at least one more stream of this where we play Master Mode. We're not going to do a full playthrough on Master Mode. Just going to try to take on, like, the Great Plateau and see how far we get. Yep, that's everything. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your April Fools. And we'll see you next time.